Mudryk and Petrovic rescue Chelsea as Newcastle crash out of Carabao Cup. Conor Gallagher and Cole Palmer are deciding the fate of Chelsea. Chelsea advanced to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup after beating Newcastle 4-2 on penalties. The win would not have been achieved without Mykhailo Mudryk coming off the bench to punish an error in stoppage time from Kieran TRIPPIER, whose night went from bad to worse when he shot wide during the shootout. It had seemed that Callum Wilson's early goal would be enough for Newcastle to go through. In the end they left West London with more injuries and a second cup exit in the space of a week. Their race was run when George Petrovic, making only his second start in goal for Chelsea, leapt to his left to keep out Matt Ritchie's penalty and send Stamford Bridge wild. Chelsea 1-1 Newcastle, 4-2 on Penn's Carabao Cup quarter-final as it happened. Eddie Howe, who had lost more players to injury, could not believe it. Tempers were frayed when Pochettino celebrated Mudryk's equaliser. Chelsea had dominated the second half against tired opponents and had missed several chances. It looked like being another frustrating evening and Pochettino was entitled to let it all out. Chelsea began with the air of a side aiming to prove they were no pushovers. After being bullied by Newcastle in the league last month, there was something rather pointed about Moises Caicedo immediately earning a booking for a nasty foul on Anthony Gordon. Caicedo might have been off if VAR had been in use. Still, it seemed this was Chelsea telling Newcastle they were up for the fight this time. There had been one change from Pochettino, Mudryk making way for Enzo Fernandez to add more structure in midfield, and a frenetic start almost brought an early reward, only for Conor Gallagher's effort to hit the bar. Not that the aggression intimidated Newcastle. They were depleted, 11 players absent through injury or suspension, but they were committed. Gordon soon responded, finding space on the left before seeing a deflected shot go wide, and it would not be long before their midfield trio of Bruno Guimaraes, Lewis Miley and Sean Longstaff were working Chelsea over with the pace of their passing. Newcastle's desire to pick up the loose balls played a part in them breaking from a Chelsea corner to strike first in the 16th minute. So, too, did a slack pass from Levi Colwill to Caicedo. Wilson seized possession and from there it was a mess. The striker was isolated and although he bundled past Thiago Silva, it seemed the chance had gone when the ball ran away from him. Then what Badiashile was there to bail out his defensive partner. The 22-year-old, though, did not count on Wilson's poaching instincts. Badiashile tried a turn, miscontrolled and watched helplessly as the ball bounced away for Wilson to prod past George Petrovic. Callum Wilson watches his shot go past George Petrovic to give Newcastle the lead. Chelsea quickly grew frantic. Raheem Sterling chased an equaliser and went close after skipping past Emil Krafth. Armando Broja came on when Fernandez limped off and Chelsea attacked again. Cole Palmer produced a cutback from the right and Sterling looked certain to score. Guimaraes celebrated with the away end after blocking the winger's shot. Newcastle were throwing themselves in front of everything. Gallagher was driving Chelsea on but the frustration mounted. Colwill could have been punished after catching Krafth. It had not been a good display from Colwill. The left-back had struggled against Almiron and was replaced by Malo Gusto at half-time. Even so there was a sense that the game was opening up for Chelsea. Newcastle also made changes, Dan Burn and Trippier replacing Krafth and Sven Botman at the back, and their injury problems grew when Gordon pulled up while trying to race through on the right. Now it was a test of Chelsea's ability to break down a low block. Ritchie came on for Gordon and cracks appeared in Newcastle's defence. Jackson should have equalised, only to miss from close range. Martin Dubravka saved a low shot from Sterling. Newcastle continued to chase everything, Tino Livramento catching the eye against his old team when he beat Parma to a 50-50. Chelsea needed more guile. Axel Disasi was not overlapping enough from right back. Broja kept getting caught offside. Guimaraes, the game's outstanding player, raced back to stop Sterling reaching Jackson's flick. Pochettino finally removed Jackson and gave the home fans what they wanted in the 69th minute. There was a huge roar when Christopher Nkunku, absent since injuring a knee in pre-season, came on for his belated debut. No pressure. The forward was soon involved, dropping back to receive possession, but in the next move Sterling was booked for diving. There were more howls when Sterling overhit a pass to Nkunku. Pochettino thought an attempted clearance from Livramento was going in. Then Gallagher appealed for a penalty when Livramento challenged. No such luck until Mudryk arrived to beat Dubravka. Conor Gallagher and Cole Palmer are deciding the fate of Chelsea with their selfish playing style towards Raheem Sterling. They plainly refuse to pass to him as well as they seem to attack the space he takes up, thus crowding that area of field. Guys, people are boosting them, but you cannot base your game on what Sterling does. Think, how can you help the guy win you the game? I know you guys are supposed to be the heroes, but assists does count on your stats too. It seems only how well these guys do is important. No one addresses the flaws and the problem spills over into the next game where the saga will continue, and this is not unique to Chelsea FC but even Manchester City the last 2 years Sterling spent there.
Mauricio Pochettino talks to Sky. It was an unbelievable game. We suffered. When we conceded, it was our mistake. After we conceded, we dominated. We deserved it. Always you need some luck. But if you always try, the luck can arrive. The players deserved credit because they worked hard. This type of game make us believe and grow. There are things to do and improve. The players are still so young. Look at the age, and they took responsibility. We are creating a bond. It takes time. We need to keep pushing, working and believing. Enzo Fernandez felt sick before the game. After the start of the game it was not going well. We hope it is not a big thing. Levi Colwill was more tactical, but he was tired. He will be ready for the next game, no problem. Eddie Howe, downcast but as usual philosophical, when speaking to Sky Sports said, "It hurts a lot. It's a very similar game to the Paris end of game feeling where the lads had committed so much, given everything and led for so long, defended really well but didn't get over the line. Whenever we concede collectively, we don't concede individually. As a team we were excellent, our shape was so good, it was a heroic effort. I can't praise the players enough. We probably weren't as good technically in the second half, we lost our threat. Botman was planned, 45 minutes was a nice step for him. Kraft took a knock. Gordon took a nasty looking knock. I haven't seen it myself but people are telling me that Caicedo's challenge on Gordon is a red card. We go to Luton and that'll be an emotional game.